Huh? Hello there.
Hello, SMM5 here, and due to my lack of consistency on reviewing every SMG4 video after Saturday, I decided it would be more efficient to simply make a video reviewing them all at the end of the month, starting here and now. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment below what your thoughts were on the videos of July 2023. Now let's get on with it. SMG4, ready to ride? In this video, Meggy and the gang are on their way to the Wild West to find One-Shot Ren, and we see some of the train ride and chaos while on the way. I will say that this video was better than I thought it would be, and that I am beyond relieved we didn't end up with another video like the insufferable little road trip, which I was genuinely concerned about happening when Mario had that mildly annoying interaction with Meggy. I am beyond thankful to say that we didn't get any sibling fighting out of this, and the sibling stuff only lasted for the first few minutes of the video, and from there it's chaotic fun with the SMG4 cast. Bob and Bookins trying to steal potatoes from the anti-cast, who formed their own gang, was hilarious, and the firefight was fun too, and the ending was genuinely creepy and set up the tone for both Western Spaghetti and future TV entity-related episodes and plot points perfectly. Overall, this was a good video. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. SMG4, Western Spaghetti. I made a poll a few weeks ago on whether to do a review of this movie or a special SMG4 critique, and I apologize for having not done either of them, though hopefully I'm making half of it up here now. This video is a top 3 SMG4 movie in my opinion. I like the usage of other characters in the first act, even if there's still a ton that got nothing at all, though it is a large cast, so I think that can slide. I also like the animation and action scenes in this movie. They were good and fun, and the final battle was excellent with moments I can easily remember, namely those scenes with Mario, Bob, and Swag being epic. I also believe this has to be the darkest SMG4 movie of all time, literally for that scene where Ren tortures Meggy alone. He offs her over and over and over again for a month straight, and bear in mind that this is Meggy's idol, the person she's looked up to for most of her life, and the reason she got into Splatfest to begin with, doing all of this. I suppose it's true what they say, never meet your heroes.
Fuck you.
I also really like that talk Meggy gave to her about there being more than one way to be strong, which is an important lesson that I myself live by. Even if it is pretty much the only scene in the whole mini-arc where Meggy is actually proven to be a decent coach as opposed to still on her way, which is a point I feel like we've moved past by now. And while we're on to cons, there's not much really. My only real complaint is that this is the conclusion of Terry's mini-arc and that they pretty much rushed her development into a strong person in that 1 month segment. Because as far as the timeline for Terry's mini-arc is concerned, she essentially started looking up to Meggy, failed once and got inspired to get Meggy to coach her, kept getting her training delayed either due to Meggy wanting her out of danger or because she wants her to meet her idol first, gets extra inspired from that being strong speech Meggy gave her, and became a very capable person after what was essentially a time skip. We could have used more scenes, maybe an episode or two, dedicated to Meggy actually coaching Tari to make their hug scene feel more earned. You could argue that this is more of an issue with the structure for the mini-arc than the movie itself, and I would not disagree, and all things considered I think the movie handled it about as well as it could have, but it just doesn't feel as well done and thoughtful as Melanie's somewhat similar arc and how that concluded in the Revelations movie. But overall this was a great SMG4 movie and top 3 for me, and, frankly, it's obviously going to be the best psychological thriller movie in the Western movie genre I'm aware of. I would give it a 9 out of 10. SMG4, you made Mario do this. In this video, the somewhat lifelike nature of Marty the Cardboard is finally addressed, and SMG4 attempts to remove it so production on the castle can finally be complete. This was a really funny video with a lot of good jokes. I liked how Marty was pretty much invincible to everything there, and it was kind of heartwarming that Mario didn't want anything bad to happen to Marty, since Marty was Mario's help to commitment issues. And I thought it was hilarious that Mario flat out lost all morality when he finally decides to destroy Marty once and for all, even attempting to blow up everything and one there just to remove this one-piece cardboard. Which is honestly the kind of horrible action Mario would commit and should be stopped for, as opposed to him just minding his own business and Meggy feeling the need to harass him. And I like that SMG4 got around to understanding Marty and even relating to him, and how they quote-unquote, worked together, to stop Mario's missile and save everyone in the area. Overall this was a really good and funny video. I would give it an 8 out of 10. SMG4, time to visit Peach. In this video, we finally get around to seeing what's changed in the old castle and how things have been since they've left. Spoiler alert, they've been pretty bad. I like this video and the insight as to what's happened to the castle. The place has been full on corrupted and Peach has turned into a monster. Well, a gross monster that seems to have been corrupted not just physically, but emotionally too, as implied with the term malice being used in her title card and the moments where the cast mention how they didn't care enough to get her out of there. I like that Mario and SMG4 actually feel bad for doing that, mainly Mario since he and Peach do have history, even if most of it on the channel has been toxic ever since Mario went insane. Though I wouldn't be surprised if it was an implication of them having a toxic love-hate relationship, so I wouldn't start the fan art just yet. Initially I was only really bothered by Meggy's lack of importance in the video, since she had no real reason to be here and is sidelined for most of the video anyways, though she, Mario, SMG4 and 3 are the main characters of the last video they were in the castle, so I could buy into that being the reason. Overall it's a good video I would watch again. I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. SMG4, The New Castle.
Oh yeah. The One Piece is real!
In this video, after a long number of months worth of waiting, we finally get the reveal of the new castle and what it'll look like from now on. This was a really fun video and I enjoyed it a lot. The number one job of this video was to introduce changes to make sure it feels like a good change and not a cheap downgrade, and I would say this video succeeded at that well. We got a new castle, a new intro that I for one really like, a new outro look, and a new place for Mario's Mario Does Things videos, which has been renamed, the SMG4 Crew series. None of these irritate me like another change to the show I have talked about. And I genuinely believe that I will enjoy the upcoming videos, since it was proven after the lawsuit arc that SMG4 knows to step up the effort in video quality to get the audience used to the new changes like redesigns, so I am happy about that. The video has multiple segments dedicated to different groups of characters and they are fun. The only one I didn't like was the Mario and Meggy one, for reasons I'm pretty sure you already know, though it didn't last for too long and it didn't make me go into an anger-managed cardiac arrest like the awful little road trip video, so thank the God of gods for that.
It's the real Mario! Praise Jesus!
SMG4 and 3's brotherly dynamic is always fun and it was extra fun to see it here. I thought it was both wholesome and hilarious that 3 wanted 4's room to look cool for a potential love interest, and all 4 wanted was a room that suited him. Safe to say 4 got the right room in the end. Bob Bootkins and Melanie go to make their own room, and they get into conflict after Bob breaks Melanie's frog chair in room for a pool table, which leads to Melanie declaring an adorable frog chair war and Bob deciding to split the room. Not much to say on Luigi and Terry's segment, since it didn't feature much, though I liked the show of Terry's character development with her telling Luigi not to be scared, which was pretty nice. My only complaint is that I think some segments could have had more time to the segments, since I thought the Bob vs. Melanie was a little short as was the Luigi and Terry segment. But other than that though I really enjoyed this one. It was a lot of fun and handled the new change reveals the best I could imagine, and don't you dare think I don't have like 10 theories about that empty room SMG4 doesn't want to talk about. Overall this is a good video and I would watch it again. It's an 8 out of 10 for me. That is all for today guys and I hope you all enjoyed. As you can see, this was definitely an interesting month to start back up reviews. A lot has happened this month and I'm glad to have come back with this. Do you think this was a good month for SMG4 videos? Did you like the movie and the castle reveal? Be sure to comment down below your thought and let me know what you liked about these videos. Thank you all for watching, see you all next time.